Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 vs 1 on Langres. Yes, indeed, Langres. We shall be watching Lollypop fighting for the Wehrmacht, fighting for the 17th SS Panzergrenadier Division Kurz von Bellingen, going out against Follyofman, fighting for the 4th Armoured Division. Huzzah and hurrah with the 2 engineers start by the looks of things. Immediate engineers sort of setting up barracks right there by this edge of the base, of course, also indicating he's probably going to be focusing here. Other engineers heading straight for the munitions right there. On the other hand, both of Lollypop's pioneers working on the Wehrmacht quarters and immediately standing out with a bike. But of course, he's rather what he does, followed up by an MG42, the slightly more aggressive, higher ranked player stuff right there. Using the bike to sort of scout out things, do a bit of harassment, of course, ensure that the MG does not walk straight into any sort of ambush or any other sort of trouble that could mean it was immediately forced away or even handed over to the opponent. First rifleman squad up there for Follyofman, not a huge difference, you know, in speed of how these two can get out. Immediately, though, the bike seeks out any Americans for it to gun down with its MG42 mount. MG42, of course, following up. Spots the engineers right here, and there we go. Whoops. Machine gun tearing into the engineers already. Almost down to half health. In fact, this is going to be a bit of a rough start for Follyofman. Sounds rather poetic. Oh well. And the riflemen are pushing up on the eastern flank. The MG42 being a bit more cautious, what with the MG42 not being present. Might of course imagine some sort of movement up here. No, the bike's moving in. We do spot the rifleman. Rifleman might be trying to push in towards a building to, of course, avoid the worst of the MG fire. Engineers here were in fact not finished off by the bike, though. That is quite interesting. And a jeep follows up just as the MG42 is on the move. Smooth moves, Folly. Victory point secured here. Not really a strong push in the east. West is more light. Engineers sadly will not stop, and they are continuing to secure the high munitions. Could end up biting Lollypop in his arse. Volksgrenadiers soon ready out from the Wehrmacht quarters. Pioneers pushing on, might take up position in the barn to fire down upon anything, ensuring nothing can get close. MG moving up on the flank. And the engineers are also pushing up there. 3 men heavily wounded. Going to try and see if they can't ambush the pioneers and get away with it. And there we go, the pioneers return fire, already dropping 1. That quickly did not end up well. And the jeep is itself also taking quite some fire. Volksgrenadiers moving up, pioneers moving up to the flank. No flamethrowers as of yet. Mines going down there, lovely. And riflemen securing points, they're not deciding to run into here. And engineers might be going for the fuel pump, but we are seeing the bike quickly being directed to deal with this harassment attempt by those pesky Yankees. So far, no real and large engagements. The riflemen basically just sort of surviving the best they can, although one bastard does go down from the MG42. And there we go, seeing a push out by Follyofman. Will Lollypop be able to turn about? And of course, there's a trick to switching targets with the MG42. Usually you wait until they're done firing and, you know, are reloading, otherwise it will in fact sort of pack up and pack down again, which can actually mean you end up losing precious time. The engineers counterattack, not even reinforced. Pioneers pulls away from that little sordid mess, while another squad of Volksgrenadiers push in. And by the looks of things, Lollypop will be going for the 2 Volksgrenadier MG and Sniper with a bike sort of start. Although some players, of course, tend to do it in a slightly different order than he does. Pioneer here down, though he does manage to mine up there. Going for the cut-off punch up to hopefully deny fuel, and of course he's already got that secured as well. Pioneers here under heavy fire from the Americans, hoping to push the Pioneers out of that house. And there we go, trying to outflank the German positions. MG42s setting up. Could he perhaps have some grenades ready? And there we go, rifle moving in, jeep moving in, and there we go. Grenade going in on the MG42. And a full retreat from Lollypop, although that might have been a bit excessive. But then again, another force following up on the Jeep. Rather nice assault right there, done by Follyofman upon Lollypop and the 17th. Nice move right there. We are seeing continual advances. More mines going down. And there we go, the sniper is out. Bike moving in again. Coming up a bit on the Jeep. And the Pioneer's forced away from there. Well. Response though is quick from the Wehrmacht. And of course the question is, where shall Follyofman go now? Shall he decide to push further resources into Browning automatics, or might he go for something else? In the meanwhile though, he's going up here and he's already gotten minesweepers. Lovely job. Well, I'm going to take up position in that house again. Very used by the enemy. I mean, he'd rather affords nice coverage of right here, and of course on right here, making a nice building to use aggressively. Of course towards here, it's better used with an MG42, but still nicely done, although the sniper of course makes this a slightly more hazardous prospect, forcing the riflemen out before they lose too many to a sudden case of bullets through the head. Mines going down there again, lovely, though mines of course could be lost. Never a bad idea to get minesweepers, by the way. In particular as you get high up and people actually sort of begin to know how to use mines. Certainly on the lower mines you rarely see mines, but again, I mean, great mine usage can really change how a game goes. Another squad of Volksgrenadiers. Interesting move against all that. The grenades and whatnot. And response from Folly perhaps to the snipers to get a weapon support of his own and probably get a sniper of his own. Just get the German one. Got more infantry for Lollypop and the 17th. Points being secured. Stabilizing the situation a bit. Wire going up. Lovely. A bit of reconnaissance with the bike, and of course spotting that there's a weapon support center. So of course he knows what to expect. Not any sort of armored cars right away. He knows he has to expect a counter sniper, which of course also means he has to be careful with his own sniper a bit more. And of course it also means that he can't quite get the same surprise effect with it. And he's also complaining about that his devious plan was ruined by that bike. How cruel and unfair. Yes, how dare he scout out his base. How dare he try to sort of get an idea of what his opponent is up to. Simply rude. Very rude. Or not. You just follow simple tactical aspects. It's quite sensible. Folks standing about here should be careful, otherwise someone might pop up a grenade over the... Oh, medic station going up. This is definitely a good move by Follyofman, going to help him in the longer run. Wire going up, and for some reason the Volksguns are running on the other side of things, allowing themselves to be easier targets. I suspect the sergeant might have a bit too much to drink. Damn it. More mines going down. Wunderbar, wunderbar. The American sniper moves up, and of course he knows the surprise has been spoiled. Instead just opens up indiscriminately, killing one Volksgrenadier outright. Pioneers in trouble, they need to retreat. Verlassen sie die Stellungen. Mine goes off and the Pioneer gets killed, yet except no one else dies. That's bloody rubbish. And there we go, the Wehrmacht is in fact being pushed back. Sniper away, MG pulling back. Not a lot of infantry to actually hold the situation. And it looks like this Volksguard squad over here is being hunted down. They do manage some sandbags, but of course trouble is grenades. If they manage to of course get quite close enough, which of course they will as you're busy with the sandbags, they of course can just pop in a grenade. Still not a bad idea otherwise, just grenades sort of ruin it. And there we go, of course now they just close further close the gap, rather limiting the advantage you got out of that. The Volksguard of course will be forced to retreat. Had they had MP40s, things would have been different. Tragically they did not. Rifleman pushed away there, engineers moving up there. Bit under pressure. Half track on the way to sort of assist with things. Troops reinforcing. 17th SS did technically not really have any half tracks, although they might have had some for command purposes, but still not really otherwise. In fact, they had trouble getting enough trucks, so they actually had to rely on bicycles, some of their companies. But there we go, sandbags to help secure this munitions point. The Wehrmacht advances again. Bike leading the charge. Coming a bit under fire though. Rest of the Wehrmacht advances. There we go, the half-track is up for Lollypop. Definitely going to help if used properly. Can help suppress the opponent, of course, ensure that a mass charge is not quite as effective. And it looks like we are seeing the airborne doctrine. Oh, this could be a nice spot for a strafing run. And of course, counter-wise could also be a nice spot for a medic bank, of course, in case he does use it. And of course, right here, of course, using the sniper to sort of follow up. And of course, that is considered by some a cheap trick, but of course it can also give them advantage against enemy snipers, or for that matter, stormtroopers. You know, one recon run and oh bother, we're rather spotted out in the middle of everything. With our hands in the cookie jar. Half-track advances, Fulska's getting gunned down. Not enough health, they should have been given a medic pack, instead they just become easy targets. But the half-track is leading the way. And there we go, strafing run, one squad down, the rest are heavily wounded. I mean, just look at all those wounded. A medic bunker, by the way, with all those Fulska squads would be a great move, I think, for Lollypop, you know, be able to recover some of all the wounded. Of course, also put some pressure on Follyofman to be a bit more aggressive, of course, risk all those wounded becoming grenadiers. Half-track managed to save things a bit. Pack ready, but definitely excellent strafing run. Pack misses. That is less good. Of course, this is going to be rather expensive to sort of suddenly reinforce and make up for. We'll also need some more infantry, I suspect. And tank depot almost ready already. This is going to be rather painful for Lollypop if he's not careful. Pack blasting away at the building. Hoping to perhaps collapse it. Sometimes you get off a really good shot that takes it down to half health. Strafe not to be underestimated. Oh, caps lock was on. Oh, how unfortunate.
Losing ground out there.
Sniper gets an engineer. The last Fulska surviving move on. Veterans you one up. Not a bad idea. Points being secured. MG42 providing courage. But at the same time, of course, the response zone will be a mite larger than they had expected initially. Mines down. Good. Good. The Americans now hold most of the map. The 4th making good progress. Fulska grenadier down. Half-track not manned. They're pushing up and ooh, Panzerfaust against the Jeep almost gets it. Damaged engine. But it gets away, having already dodged pack fire. And there we go, advancing up here, but running into heavy machine gun fire. And the rifleman actually managed to get through without getting suppressed. Forcing away the MG42, bit unfortunate. There. And medics getting sniped, definitely not keen on seeing another full rifleman squad reformed for Follyofman and the 4th Armoured. Barney is pushed away.
We're losing ground out. I hunt alone.
More medics sniped. Oh, hiccups, curse you. Slightly pulling back. Americans getting ready for another assault. We're seeing riflemen lining up. We are seeing the recon run go in. And the sniper seems to be gone. Thus rendering this all a bit pointless, but their MP40s on the Fulska Grenadiers, increasing this short to medium range firepower. Would not necessarily suggest you get all of your Fulska guns upgraded like this, but one, for example, if you have like 2 or perhaps 2 of them upgraded, can be quite alright. And the MG managed to stop troops there. Fulska sitting in mine, but going for the fuel point nonetheless. And the Sherman is ready. This is going to be a rather nasty surprise for Lollypop. Meditation coming out on fire, but ignoring it, instead going for the vital cut-off point. This is definitely going to get ugly. Mortar up for him. That's actually quite interesting. I would imagine some grenadiers out first. Rifleman getting suppressed by the half-track, and the Sherman following up. 50 caliber mounted. And the Fulska is all of a sudden taking an awful lot of damage. High explosive rounds, 50 caliber. And this will also be forced to fold up at the same time, going for the munitions point up here. Rather unfortunate. Gunner killed on the half-track. Will it make its way to safety? And the Pioneer's just down there continuing to take the munitions. Pack quickly turning about. Pioneers managed to render it neutral, but the Riflemen will be able to push them away. And at the same time, a fresh push up the centre. And of course, now the mortar's ready. Could in fact be firing a bombardment right here. Could do quite alright. Considering in particular the sort of density of things here. Oh, sniper actually hit by a mortar round. But considering how few rounds are actually getting shot, I doubt it's actually a bombardment going on, which I think is a bit of a shame. Riflemen pushing in, but getting met by a withering hailstorm of MP40 bullets and some sniper fire. Mines hit by Riflemen. Sniper... Sherman, I mean, a bit damaged. More mortar rounds again, not a bombardment, and there's a second sniper out for Follyofman. Again, right here, a mortar bar. I think actually could have done a lot of damage. I mean, sometimes points like these are well chosen spots for a mortar bombardment. Sadly, that does not seem to be happening for Lollypop. Sherman, though, seems to have taken some light damage from the mortar rounds, and two false guns absolutely annihilated in seconds as a high explosive round tears through them. And another one. Definitely a bit of a problem with the Wehrmacht in trying to contain the Allied advances. Those Sturm Army going up. Could see some Stooks stop the American armor. That could definitely do the trick. Though he's not quite managed to secure the victory points in his favour yet. Browning automatics going up for the Riflemen. MG42 though up to stop the assault on the right flank. And there we go. In the meantime, assault's pushing on. Pack getting sniped. Though thankfully not all shots did connect. Keep the moves in. Folks going to push forward. Mine goes off, damaging the engine. Oh, this could be close. This could end up badly for the Sherman. No, the Pack fires on the Jeep for some reason. Oh, it misses and apparently sets off a mine. How rubbish. And now, of course, the Pack is exposed. There's only a half-track to try and contain all of this. And I'm not entirely sure it can actually hold back all of these Riflemen streaming forth. In fact, it's actually taking quite a bit of damage from all the BAR fire. And there we go. Pack decrewed. Second Pack does manage to get the Sherman, but a swift counterattack will be needed here. Mortar fire, whatever can be mustered. Except apparently the mortar has been decrewed, which is a bit more of a shame. One squad suppressed. Keep manages to escape. Again, half-track knocked out. Oh dear. Pioneers getting gunned down at the same time. The MG42 though stops things there. And we are seeing another strafing run.
Enemy unit down.
Getting, several of the MG crews. And I suspect some other poor bastard, the Pioneer. Oh dear, the pressure's really on the Germans, and they're having a rather hard time actually containing all of this madness. Stuke, though, is out, and there's still the sniper, and there we go. 4 Riflemen in a split second gone before the very eyes of their comrades.
Enemy unit down.
But another Pack decrewed, and we might even risk one being recrewed by the Americans. Or at the very least, the mortar. And while all this was happening, so a few Volksmen were making a mess of things on the west flank, going for the fuel point, hoping to starve Follyofman of any further fuel. But it is actually out. Troops getting suppressed. Still, a medic bunker, I think, could really do a lot for Lollypop and his troops to keep them longer in the fight. And then we go, an American mortar is up. A more regular one.
They're taking one of our points.
Apparently he trained one, in fact. Germans advancing now through a storm of mortar shells. Less than sterling for them. Medic continues to get sniped. Medic pack might be an idea for the sniper of the Germans. And the Volksmen here are getting sniped by the Americans in return. before retreating rather hastily. In the meanwhile, not a lot to hold back the rather limited advantage of the Germans. The damaged engine again. Will it escape once more, or will it finally be destroyed by the men of the Wehrmacht?
Observation post report here losing a second.
Misses again, my goodness. That Jeep is certainly awfully lucky. Let's go have a look at Lollypop. Sherman and half-track. Still not salvaged for munitions. Heavy armored car out. Rifleman breaking through with the 2 snipers. This could end up very ugly. And a recon run. Gets the MG. Armored car, they're pushing in. Volkswagen's moving in, tearing through the riflemen. And there we go, already down to half health and 1 man short. There we go, retreating in fact. Suffering extensive casualties. If the armored car could focus it down, this could be huge for Lollypop. But apparently it did not happen. And the snipers quietly snuck away. More medics dead. More points being secured or re-secured. No veterancy for the assault gun. We are seeing another armoured car on the way. Perhaps a needle werfer could be of help in fact. Still salvaging some of all of this. More mines going down though. That is great. Another medic dead. Lots of American medics dying in this match. And there we go. Airdropping an anti-tank gun. Catching the armoured vehicles of Lollypop out in the open. And the armoured car quickly escapes. The 17th SS actually being one of the few units to actually have the Stug 4 on the western front. And the second armoured car is out. Anti-tank gun pushing forwards.
Veterancy gained.
The M157mm anti-tank gun basically just being the British anti-tank gun renamed, since the Americans realised they did not have an anti-tank gun in that class early on, and so basically just asked to copy the British design, which they were allowed. Right from they're pushing on, Grenadiers getting run off. Swift response from the armoured cars who have gun veterancy, but still nothing from the assault gun.
They need deployment location.
And storms are arriving, which of course means Blitzkrieg doctrine is up for Lollypop. And mortar fire being directed against the Germans. This still has not been recruited. I do feel that is a shame. It could be used to break up allied assaults or enable whoever for that matter. But now stormtroopers have arrived. They're getting equipped with assault rifles, probably to try and hunt down the snipers, which has a bit of a problem. He is airborne, so of course any attempt like that could risk getting spotted by a recon run and of course annihilated. So there's a slight issue there, I might argue. But there we go, assault rifles equipped. Troops reinforcing. Pack recruit. Not a bad idea. Ooh, not even fully reinforcing his rifle, perhaps by accident, perhaps not. Supply and upgrade as well, excellent. Regain control of the map by Lollypop. Still not salvaged those twos, I would love to see that. Mortar round hits the armored car, unfortunate. And it is held up in a crater as Americans push in. Anti-tank and keeping the armored cars a bit at bay, or at least on their feet. Ooh, misses awfully close to setting off a mine in fact, but nice mine belt. Mortars here hoping to hit something. Stormtroopers advancing in, could get off a bundle grenade on the mortar, for example. In fact, cause a bit of havoc there. We even clear out the anti-tank gun. And there we go, sniper pushing up and sniping the Grenadiers, trying to lay down a defensive barbed wire barrier to protect the fuel point. And looks like Lollypop is quite intent on getting the snipers, but they're already retreating. No, they're actually still there. Will he be able to get them? To catch them and murder them? Tank destroyers getting out. This could prove to be slightly more disadvantageous for Lollypop, since he won't be prepared for this. He's got a pack and a Stug. Those could easily be outmaneuvered, particularly with support from the Sherman. He needs more packs, some Panzerschreck, or more Stug. Oh, the mortar got knocked out. Actually, he had done it, but I think he moved a bit too close. And a bit weird, he actually moved it over here, since he ought to have known this is where the American mortar actually operated. And in fact was bombarding constantly, so that is actually pretty weird. Done by him. Half-track wreck wrecked further, thus ensuring it can't be salvaged. American flank team moving up. Minesweepers there to help. And looks like another Stormtrooper squad has arrived, getting also equipped with assault rifles. Just not as many. Recon run in, mine goes off, killing one rifleman. Sniper in a bit of trouble. Fulton's doing what they can to keep things occupied there. Stormtrooper's getting sniped. Mine hit. Damaged engine. Stug needs to pull back. Tank destroyers on the move. No Panzerschreck on the Grenadiers to assist. Rifleman moving in, and there we go. Assaulting the anti-tank gun, though taking heavy losses in the process. Stug needs to pull away, exposing the rear. Rifleman squad dead. That is huge news. Anti-tank gun getting assaulted by the other Stormtrooper squad, but they also quickly run off. And the anti-tank gun is moving just as the tank destroyer might move in, but oh, mine goes off, immobilized. No, don't send the Stug in. Leave that for the anti-tank gun. That just needs to move up there. Oh dear, Stug already heavily damaged. Anti-tank gun actually did quite a nice work there. Oh! And he moved the Stug. Oh, the tank destroyer got it. The immobilized tank destroyer wrecked the assault gun as it was trying to pull away. He should have moved the anti-tank gun in to knock that out. Troops here getting murdered, and oh dear. Though looks like Follyofman might have lost a sniper, which I suppose is something, but overall perhaps not the best engagement. The tank destroyer is in fact still there. Troops reinforcing. Grenadiers finally have a Panzerschreck.
We are losing territory.
Mortar inching forwards, bombarding suspected German positions. And then we go, tank destroyer finally dealt with. A bit too late, I fear. That was a Stug I suspect should not have been lost. Another tank destroyer though with a damaged engine pulling back, but already here Follyofman is quickly advancing, securing points, possibly laying down minefields. No? Oh, there's something there. And again securing the MG-42 Stormtroopers, now fully equipped with assault rifles, Grenadiers, and other Stormtroopers tank through the riflemen right there. Bit of Sniper 5 Veteran G2 up. Mortar pushed away. Mine awfully close, enough the Stormtroopers pulled back. And the other squad might be trying to hit from the rear and do some terrible damage there. That could work, but he needs to keep them moving, not stand still over there. And there we go, the Stormtroopers in for the assault, but they do not have enough munitions for a grenade. That could have worked, instead they're pushed away. MG-42 is just pushing in everything he can, despite its, in some cases, terrible condition. Fulton is down to one-man retreat. Oh dear. Lollypop loses a full-scale squad to Follyofman. Oh, the folly of Lollypop. Stormtroopers doing what they can to dig out the riflemen, but they are taking quite the punishment. And not instead run off. Stu-42 though arrives now to try and blast out the Yankees from their hidey holes, and does a bit of damage. The building is in fact slightly less good looking by this stage. We might be seeing more armor or tank destroyers actually take on, and again in that sense Lollypop is a bit lacking, and he's still not bothered salvaging a single American, or for that matter German wreck, which I do think is a definite mistake. As again, that could really provide him with a lot of resources to try and sort of help contain things, in particular with mines, but also more weapons for his troops. And possibly if he could even just so go for the right hand side and even try and go for a manpower blitz, which could definitely turn things more in his favour. Still no veterancy for the armour. Finally salvaging, building almost ready to collapse. It's now moving forward on his own, a bit risky, particularly considering how little health he has left. There we go, third tank destroyer up. That definitely spells problem for the 17th. The M10 also being a rather common yet used tank destroyer for Lee Slen. The British had it, although they upgraded a lot to the Achilles, which had a 17-pounder gun. But there was also... Oh, Storms was in to deal with the sniper, but he does manage to escape. No! The German sniper gets in on the retreat, meaning no more snipers for Folly of Man. But even the Soviets actually had access to plenty of the M10s from what I know. Almost ready to fully form a rifleman squad. There already probably one already has been. But so far not been able to do a lot. Pack inching forward. Stu on the flank. That could actually be an easy target for the tank destroyers, which is a bit of a problem again. Oh, armor cut for some reason stuck out in the middle of there. Why did he do that? And also again he seems to be ignoring the fact that this is rather oft mortared territory by Folly of Man and insists on moving in something there. Oh, Rifle here took a bloody loss. Stu 42 managed to do a lot of damage, and there we go, the tank destroyer is on the move. A trio of Wolverines rolling forwards. Stu 42 doing his best to get out of the way, but it's not enough, and the armor car is also a nasty target. Pack there, Stu 42 trying to block, but it's going to get easily knocked out. Goliath is up. Bombing run out. Oh dear. Getting the anti-tank gun excellently timed to support his assault. This is quickly becoming a nightmare for Lollypop. Stu is out. Goliath moving in. Oh, why is he... He's trying to perhaps blow them out, and there we go. One tank destroyer out of control. He was perhaps trying to land it right between them so he could knock out several at the same time. Infantry on the retreat. Even the Grenadiers with a Pandrake, which is the only thing left to really stop the tank destroyer. Snipers, everything else getting close, getting squished. Rifleman reformed. Stug main gun out. Pioneers dead. Grenadiers caught in the middle of everything. Veterans do, and the sniper gets crushed. Oh dear, this is absolute carnage. Veteran D2 for this Wolverine. Oh dear, this is not going well. And another Stug bites the dust. More Grenadiers getting squished. Quite the disaster for the Germans. Practically lost everything in a few seconds. Most of his armor, most of his vehicles, most of his infantry, most of his support. Definitely not good by any length. And Folly of Man, in fact, still retains most of his units. He only lost one tank destroyer in the assault. So this is definitely not looking good, but we are seeing the Stormtroopers pushing in for a swift counter-attack, hoping to overrun the American positions, perhaps. But again, they are going to be awfully exposed, as now Sherman even joins in again. Oh dear, oh dear. And again, only one Panzer to stop it all. And there's no anti-tank guns to recruit. Medics, though, getting gunned down. Don't want to make matters worse than they already are, do we? Storms was caught out in the middle of everything. Others moving in from the north. Veteran D2 arriving, in fact, quite a few. And now the armor is arriving. MG42 opens up support for the stormtroopers, firing down on the riflemen, though others are moving in from the flank, and of course the Shermans arriving with more support. Bundle grenade right on the riflemen, a bit too short, only gets one man. Oh, how unfortunate. Of course the assault rifle can still a lot, but the MG42 gets decrewed. And the Grenadiers were nowhere near to help. And there we go, another retreat, and down to 3 units for Lollypop. What a disaster mine goes off, killing absolutely nobody, just wounding a bit. German mortar recruit giving him 2 mortars now, and an MG42. This is just getting more and more awful for the 17th. 4th Armored Division clearly doing terrible things to the Germans. Stormtroopers dying left and right.
Ready for the crowd. Looks like we fight today. Rifles at the ready.
Lollypop's only hope might be able to get a Tiger and perhaps that way do some severe enough damage. But of course there's going to be a lot of things to make it a bit difficult for the infantry to move up. And MG42 and of course now several mortars up.
Listen up, people.
I mean, this is definitely going to be a nightmare for the current sort of force that Lollypop has. I mean, we are looking at several mortars, including a German one, an American one with Veterancy 1, of course the MGs and all the riflemen and what not. And of course this Veterancy 2 tank destroyer is actually going to be really evil, because at Veterancy 2 it gains increased penetration. We do see a Tiger, and we still have not gained any Veterancy for the armor by the looks of it. Let's just quickly pop a look. Yes indeed, still not a single stripe of Veterancy for the armor. And an observation post ready. I am going to guess it's going to be on the high munitions, and thus of course even more munitions to help with strafing runs and bombing runs. A few stormtroopers moving up on the right flank. Finally some veterans on the way. Some pioneers out. I imagine they'll be busy salvaging. Of course, he's not going to be getting any manpower blitzes right now. And there we go, bun grenade on the advancing rifleman. Oh, bit too far. Not right in the path, at least where they should have, the larger force should have been. And the stormtroopers are quick to run off. Not even Veterancy 2. Definitely not quite in condition to stand up against that many riflemen, I'm afraid.
We have finished construction.
Tiger so far not achieving much. And even got 2 tank destroyers on the flank ready to sort of hit any armor that advances right where it hurts. The advance continues. Tiger pulls back. Apparently Lollypop, or finally Veterans 1, for that is not quite ready to reveal that card. Although of course it might already have been spotted by Follyofman as soon as he entered into that building. That is definitely a possibility. Medics still continue to pull in the wounded. Anti-tank gun ready as well again. Second supply upgrade on the way. Follyofman is definitely not committing to any folly at this stage. He's playing it very, very cool and collected. Those some mines could help him. More assault guns being sent in to assist the Tiger. Stormtroopers spotting the engineers, in fact getting spotted, doing their best, but simply getting exposed to so much heavy fire from so many riflemen, the MG and the Sherman and the tank destroyer. Absolutely insane. A few grenadiers still run in to try and cover their retreat perhaps.
The enemy is down to 300
Rather
points.
shabby force, although I suppose one assault gun will always help a bit. And of course more tank destroyers are on the way. This is definitely not spelling victory for the Germans, I fear. Oh, the Tiger was so very close to annihilating his own troops. Not really an auspicious start. Another pack is out. Tank destroyers moving up on the flank. And there we go. Excellent hit on the rifleman. Bundle grenade clearing out several. Stormtroopers though taking heavy losses and are quickly forced away. The Sherman still proves heavily useful. Of course, now the Americans are quite aware of what's going on. The Germans are trying to push out again. Now with the Tiger in support, but the Tiger's already heavily damaged. And if he could salvage that one, he could at least get the munitions and, of course, the command point ability. He already has that, in fact, for the Blitzkrieg ability, which, of course, will increase the rate of fire of his Tiger, his Stug, and I suspect even the pack to a certain good level. Plus, of course, also allowing the pack to actually sprint, if I'm not mistaken, on that behalf. Either way, certainly boosting the firepower over his forces quite a bit. I mean, even infantry, of course, allowed to sprint, but they actually gain a sort of quarter increased rate of fire. Which certainly also helps. I mean, every bit helps when it comes to killing Yankees. So a bit quiet, though. Lollypop definitely not on the highly confident side of things. And of course, recon runs rather spot everything. And mortar rounds are now beginning to hound the preparation field of the Germans. This is looking less and less good, but there we go. He could get off the Blitzkrieg ability. Of course, it might not necessarily win him, but it's certainly going to give him a larger chance of winning. At the same time, we are seeing the armor and tank destroyers lining up right here on the right flank with more on the way. This is definitely going to be one hell of an armored punch. Another Stug on the way. Will it be enough? Who knows? And there we go. Looks like the assault has commenced. Was about to commence. Riflemen advancing ever slowly, ever cautiously. And Stormtroopers spotted and run into mines. Oh dear, oh no. Heavy fire going in. This could be it. This is the assault. Tank destroyers are on the move. Mortars firing in advance. Tiger though opens up in return. Stugs are not quite there to support. And we are seeing another recon run. There we go. More tank destroyers arriving from the other flank. Those are the more veteran ones. Bombing run going in against the pack. Come on, Blitzkrieg, Blitzkrieg. Pack down. Oh no. Come on, Blitz, Blitz, Blitz. Please. Mines going off, immobilizing one of the tank destroyers. Grenadiers caught in the middle of everything as a huge American horde advances. Stug down. More tank destroyers going down. Lots of tank destroyers, in fact. Oh, where is the Blitz pack recruit? Another Stug bites the dust. And the second to final tank destroyer bites the dust. There's only one left and a Sherman. But there's barely anything left for Lollypop. Down to so few units.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
Tiger though continues to punish.
We now have assault capability.
And there we go. Blitzkrieg is finally chosen. Another tank destroyer bites the dust. Another Stu gets called in. Many M10s down indeed. Panzerschrecks on the riflemen. Fail to penetrate. Stormtroopers getting grenade mortared, getting MG. This is horrific. And now we do see the Blitzkrieg going in. Stu 42 unleashing a prodigious amount, and there we go, knocking out the anti-tank gun crew, and another shot, just firing away. Excellent, excellent. Of course, they do become a little less accurate, but still, that should be made off by an increased rate of fire. More than enough. Of course, increased movement speed. damaged engine. Oh no. And of course caught between two anti-tank guns. Stew down. Blitzkrieg wore off. Yeah, well played. GG. Well played, bro. And Wehrmacht caught us down, and there we go. Absolute carnage. The 17th SS was defeated rather seriously, and well done by Folly of Man, punishing the folly of Lolly. And of course the lessons here are partly, I mean, again, medic stations can actually benefit quite a bit. I think, in fact, he actually managed to recover 3 infantry squads. That's quite a bit. Good use of the bombing runs. He used it during an attack to sort of clear out, you know, more specific targets. I mean, artillery's, I mean, air assistance is not quite as artillery. I mean, particularly the Germans sort of used it to sort of more quickly deal with any sort of thing that appeared during an assault. I mean, that's also how you can use it here. Again, that's how he did it. You know, spotting something problematic like an anti-tank gun, bombing run it. Rather dealt with it quite nicely. In fact, allowing his advance to continue much more smoothly. Nice use of mortaring, in fact, to sort of clear out things, and in fact allowed him to catch several of Lollypop's units. If only Lollypop had done the same thing here, he perhaps could have had a better chance. Generally good use of his doctrine, good use of his abilities, good use of armor, and the fact that he also used some Shermans to sort of assist with all the tank destroyers. Lollypop, on the other hand, certainly also played well, but there were some mistakes, and those definitely came on the armor level. I mean, no veterancy for it for quite some time hurt him, although I think he also should have had a medic bunker. That would definitely have made it a lot more bearable with all those strafing runs. But also, I think the fact that right here with the final fight here, we should have gone for the Blitzkrieg and then basically increased the rate of fire thus. And I'm pretty confident he could actually probably have won that much more easily without losing as many assault guns, if any. If he'd just, again, gone for that Blitzkrieg and just fired away as the Americans charged in, that could easily have turned things in his favor. But there you go. Do hope you learned something from this. Do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends. And if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.